Getting pretty shallow here. All right, hey guys, David and Matt from Muskoka Bros here, and what are we up to today, Matt?
We are stretching the legs on our new, to us, 15-foot Swift canoe, and we are in a river we've never been before, and it's a little tighter and shallower than I was hoping for. I know that it does open up as we get a little further north here, but first paddle of the season, and it's going to test the skills a little bit here.
I know. If you see one in good light, let me know. So what do you think of this river so far, Matt?
Well, if I'm being honest, I wish it was about 15 feet wider and 8 feet deeper. Other than that.
Are you wishing you brought your fishing rod?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure what springs are running in here or what's in here, but I'm sure there's little trouties or something.
Yeah, I keep seeing some stuff popping up ahead.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Got a little bobble in the water, so.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been me though. Yeah, I'm just sitting princess up here. I'm not even paddle. I didn't even bring a paddle.
So, David and I aren't the smallest guys either, so we're really making this thing fly.
Is that a fat joke?
But so anyways, this boat, she's cooking with us in it, and we've definitely got to get used to it. And you know what, if you're gonna get used to something, why not a couple challenges? So this little river here, which I thought was a little bit bigger, and I know it is when we get a little further north, it is a bit bigger, but really not even focusing on anything more than steering at this point, because we really got to kind of dukes a hazard around and over a bunch of stuff. But that being said, it's a gorgeous canoe.
Yeah, so from a filming point of view, I've never filmed in a canoe other than like last Labor Day. I just kind of brought the iPhone out and just did a couple things here and there, but it is challenging. It's a balancing act of having to make sure that you've got everything you need, and then if you do spill, being able to collect all that stuff and not lose it. So it's something that I'm getting used to, that Matt's getting used to, and we're all kind of going through all this stuff. It's not like we've done this a million times. This is our first time, so if you guys are thinking of doing this stuff, like, do it and try it, but also know that, you know, camera stuff is expensive, so you got to be thinking, you know, if I do fall in, you know, how much am I going to be in debt? So if you want to start off with like a cell phone, or if you want to start off with a GoPro or anything, I think that's the best way to start before you move up to like a DSLR or something. So it's pretty risky if you bring that and you dunk that. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to just have it freely in a canoe at any point, because I just know that at this point they're very expensive for me, and I can imagine even for like the Joe Robinettes, the other guys, that it would be expensive to lose a camera. So he gone. Just saw a beaver, no big deal. So yeah, so we're kind of going against the current now. It's a little harder paddling, but nothing that we ain't used to, okay? No big deal. Yeah, so it was just kind of good for us to get out for a little bit. We wanted to kind of see what it did in these tight corners and stuff like that, and it just kind of sails on top, which is awesome. But I better get back to paddling because it's a little tough slogging. All right, Matt. So, what do you think of our first time out with the boat, with the canoe, the kayak?
It was a combination of much faster and shorter boat than we're used to, and then a lot tighter water than we're used to.
For
so
sure.
I'm not going to pretend I'm some advanced, canoeer. I would say I'm probably intermediate. So I've been on a couple bodies of water in my life, but I haven't paddled anything that I had to backstroke more often than I was paddling forward. So yeah, it was. I feel great now. We didn't dump, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
There were a couple spots where it kind of got a little dicey, only because we'd hit the odd shallow log. Shut up! We'd hit the odd shallow log, and it was our first time out. We were kind of banging the rust off a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely am not an advanced canoeer yet. I'm an aspiring canoeist, if that's even a word.
It is.
Next time we're probably gonna trail down a wider path, but this is just kind of giving us different experiences so that we know how to kind of guide through that stuff when we come to it. And it's kind of good to have like the shallow stuff, so if we do spill, it's not a big deal at this point. Damn you busy roads.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know for sure. I think I was saying, we were joking on the river there. Once we get into a lake, it's going to be a joke because my brain did not shut off for the last hour and a half or however long we've been out for. Constantly thinking about what that next stroke is going to do to the boat, how to avoid getting speared in the face with widowmakers and whatnot. So, but it was good. I feel great. I'm glad David buzzed me to go out and do it.
Tell me a little bit more about the boat itself.
Okay, so yeah, we came from the Swift Outfitter 16, and it was 25 years old. It was a fiberglass canoe, probably in the 52, 53 pound range. Great, very stable. When you're looking for things that you want, you always want to get better every time, right? So if whatever you were used to, you want to get better for sure. I didn't necessarily want to get any smaller, though we do want to get quite a bit smaller in the 13 and a half to do some soloing. But I found this one. It is a carbon fusion, and I knew I wanted to get at least Kevlar because I just wanted to get lighter and faster and tighter. And everything's really tight. Everything's in one mold, so it's a very tight. Way less creaks than we had last time.
Yes, for sure.
And at 32 or 34 pounds, it's incredibly light. So we didn't buy it new. I bought it off a guy who was a client of mine, a customer, and him and his wife are hardcore. And they're getting into kayaking. So they bought 14-foot sea kayaks. So they're not that they weren't happy with the boat, they were just getting into kayaking.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, we wanted smaller, lighter. We wanted a mold instead of. We wanted as little amount of screws as possible on the boat. And we got it. We can solo with this boat. We haven't yet, but that'll be the next video.
Yeah.
And we really look forward to that.
Yeah, what I like about the boat is that it does have that versatility of like if both you and I want to go out, or say you and Catherine or Becky and I want to get out, we can. But also if you or I want to just kind of solo it, we can just throw our stuff in, and it's so light that that we can have the versatility of doing that and kind of getting out in that way. So really, first impressions of it are, like, at first you're a little uneasy because you're used to like the wider boat. I think it was even called a prospector. So when I think of a prospector, I think of the gold rush and everything piled in and stacking it like the Beverly Hillbillies do, And with this one, it was a little more so you just had to be a little more sensitive, but that just gives us more experience and gives us Yeah, it gives us a better idea of you know, different canoes and different styles. But we have, anytime we've canoed, we've used really old crappy ones that have been like provided by, like, say, a camp.
Grumman.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
I didn't think we really needed our life jackets, but I mean, we want to kind of promote that for anybody that's kind of going out in any water, that
Absolutely.
you should be wearing it, and especially to your kids or to your loved ones, that you should always be wearing that life jacket, and it could definitely save your life. But anyways, that's kind of what we've got going on today. Remember to
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
and but most of all, guys, remember,
You just want to get out there.
exactly. So till next time, from the Muskoka Bros.